I was diagnosed in 2012 with pulmonary hypertension secondary to rheumatoid arthritis, which was found through a routine appointment with my rheumatologist. One of my toes had turned black and he sent me up for a scan of my heart, which led to then being referred down to the Jubilee and the diagnosis of pulmonary hypertension eventually, yeah. Majorly impacts your life. You get out of breath doing everyday tasks, even so much as brushing your hair could leave you out of breath. Doing the washing, walking can be very, very hard. So yeah, and it's progressively gotten worse as the illness has gotten worse. I'm now on oxygen 24 hours a day. And I've went up through medications. I started off on sildenafil and went on up through different medications, and I'm now on IV Flolan, which was only started a few weeks ago, but I'm already starting hopefully to feel the benefits of it. It's quite a lot to live with. That's medications in the bottom of the pump, and once a day you change this over and you set it all up. You make the meds up yourself, so you've got quite a range of ancillary items at home where you get boxes and boxes every month of things like syringes and needles and things like that. But it's all pretty straightforward once you get used to knowing what you're doing. I actually find it quite easy now. It's a lot easier, and the side effects for me personally, seem to be less than they were on some of the oral medications I was taking. It's certain, well, I've only been on it about 6 weeks, 7 weeks, but just now I am beginning to feel a benefit of it. Beforehand I couldn't even really walk across the road to my daughter's house, which is just a few hundred yards, without feeling like I was going to faint, sort of thing, collapse. And now I'm slowly building things up. I'm quite an active person anyway, so it's been hard not being able to be so active. I built it up in my head before I got it that, it was this very invasive sort of procedure because you're getting a line directly into your chest and you're going to be connected up to a pump. And I think you exaggerate it in your mind. But I did talk to one person before I got it. After I'd been told I was going to be going on it, I got a bit upset. And knowing that it's not as bad and you can make it up and you've got much more freedom helps you, I just wish I'd known it was easier before I got it than what I did, because there was a few weeks beforehand that I was sat there and I was like, oh no, is this going to be an end to it? I can't do this, I can't do that. I mean, fair enough, you can't go in the bath and that the same. You've got to plan everything's got to be sitting out, covered up and everything like that. But no, I wish that I could have spoken to somebody who had been through it more before I'd got it done, and that would have put my mind more at ease. My husband's learned how to make up the meds and everything as well. So we sit on a Sunday morning, it's quite good across from the table, across the kitchen table with the music in the background, just making up a couple of meds, because you can make them up a week in advance and keep them in the fridge, which is quite handy. And I've got my daughter, which is across the road, and my son nearby, and they're all just great. Anything I need or any help or anything like that, they're always there for me. So far, touch wood, I haven't had many of them, but you can get what's called jaw pain, but I don't associate it as a pain. It's like a sensation when you put something in your mouth to eat or drink, a sensation in the back of your jaw, but it's gone in a few seconds. Headaches, flushing, joint pains, you can get things like that, a bit of an upset tummy, but because it's not an oral med, it seems to settle down after about 24 hours. So where I was Previously I was on a drug called Selexipag, and that side effects took a long time to settle, and some of them never did. So you were feeling ill, more ill through the side effects than you were through the benefits, if you know what I mean, as well. And the Flolan just now is already making a difference because the side effects are more or less gone. So you're feeling better in yourself, which helps your general health anyway. My health had taken a bit of a dip. Selexipag wasn't working the same, and things were going downhill quite rapidly over the space of a couple of months. So they thought it was time for starting to give the Flolan a try, as long I'm also going down the transplant route as well. But that could be a little while ahead yet. So we're hoping that this will keep it at bay for a good little while longer. As I said, I'm very active. I've got horses, well, my family have got horses, I've got my own pony, and there'd been a good while there where I wasn't able to do very much at all, and I've already been back on her. Fair enough, I don't go galloping about or anything like that, but I can still ride, I can still get on and plod about. I've also got a cart, so if I can't one day ride, I can drive her in a cart. The only thing I think that I wouldn't be able to do now is go swimming. Obviously with the pump you can't just take it off and go swimming. But I don't think it would stop me doing very much at all. In fact, I think having the pump, the way it's making me feel, I feel like I could actually probably do more now and experiment. I still go out for dinner, things like that. So no, it doesn't have that much of an impact, though before you start it you think that it could. It's quite a hairy thing. When you're sat thinking about getting the IV line in, and you think, oh, you've got to make up all these meds, it could take hours. So that's the impression I got, was that it could take a big part of your day up, but it really doesn't. I wish I'd known beforehand what I know now, that it's, once you get used to it, it takes a few minutes to make up, and once you're connected, that's you for the day and you can go and do what you want. And if you want to go out anywhere, you can take one that's already made up and you can keep it in a cool bag. So even if you're going out to a restaurant or something, you could ask them to keep it in their fridge if you wanted, or you could change it earlier in the day. If you know you're going to be out at the time it's used to be changed at, you can do that. So it does give you a bit more freedom as well. The whole COVID thing, you know, because you're shielding. It's been very, very hard because you are scared, and my family I'd say they were more scared than I was, but you've still got doctor's appointments to go to, you've still got things that you have to do, you know, you can't just stop living. But it's been a big, big worry. And it's still not, you're still not, even though you're double vaccinated, you're still not 100%, you know, at ease with it all now. You're still concerned if you get it. The hospital staff and the way it's all set up has been great. You do feel at ease because they've been restricting people coming in and things like that. You do not feel like you've been thrown into a situation. And I was in to learn this, I was in for a fortnight, or just under a fortnight. And it was really, really good. They were great. If you need anything or any extra help or anything like that, they're always there, and they're always at the end of the video calling now as well, it's a nice way as well. If you can't make it, at least you can see them face to face if you've got any concerns. I've just been told I've been put forward for the transplant. It's one of those I've not really thought about too much as yet, because it's hopefully in quite far in the future yet, but it's just going to be initial talking. But it's something that's quite nerve-wracking. It is nerve-wracking, and I am like connected to a couple of people that have had transplants with it, heart and lung transplants, and I know for a fact I'll speak to them. You know, they will be my go-to people. I think they're the ones that have been through it are the best ones to talk to. But no, it's something I'll need to talk to my family about and see what's going to be best for us all. But it's a daunting, very daunting prospect going for it. It's a very serious, you know, life-changing thing, and either it's going to work or it might not work, and you know, it's one of these things. Hopefully it's a wee bit down the line and the Flolan is going to help me in the meantime. I live for today. I know there's stuff going on in the pipeline, like talking about the transplant team, talking with the transplant team and things like that. But I live for the day, same as a bucket list. I just live for today, and I've live for my horses and my family, and each birthday you get to is a milestone, and I've got grandchildren and I love seeing them growing up, so I don't live too far in the future. I just live for today and just what makes you happy. The most important thing I would say is talk and keep talking. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, educate them about it, and join support groups, because if it wasn't for the support groups, I think I would have been a nervous wreck by now. They've been so helpful, and they give you a laugh as well, you know. They make everything light-hearted, and it's a big relief.